Okay, so you've sent a request and it's been approved. What happens next is that it will be sent on to Alarise in the Office of Academic Advising because she removes any advisors. And in terms of secondary major advisors on declaring, it will also be sent to her because she will need to add the advisors. In addition, it gets sent over to um, the service center, specifically if it's a primary declaration, because they will put in the information into Banner. If it's a secondary and you're declaring from one major to another and you're in the major offices, your process shouldn't change. You should still be able to do that within Banner. It's important though that you're still filling out these requests even though you do it in Banner yourself, because there are state mandates now with what information has to be sent to a student. So in this example here, I have my Gmail open pretending to be the service center. So it just says, please see the attached document in order to declare Eddie Cougar. At this point, it's also going to attach any minor contacts so they're looped in. I made the decision that I don't think that minor contacts necessarily need to approve it within Teams because they can oftentimes be faculty members, and so they may or may not really be using Teams. Although we didn't discuss that in the Teams approvals, it will actually go to your SIU email also, and you can approve it from within your email. You don't even have to do the approval in Teams. So speaking to those offices that will do the approving part. You do have to declare from Teams though. And so this has just saying minor contacts are included in this email as well. If it was sent an error, to have them email me so I can fix who needs to get that minor. Below that, I have a little summary of who approved this, when did they approve it, essentially. Attached is a PDF document of that same thing that we looked at before. That is what it looks like whenever we're talking about the Service Center and Alarise. Let's look at the message that goes to the students. The student is going to receive a message that says, hello, their name, you've been approved to declare your major. You should see a change in your academic advisor in Starfish. I link them to Starfish soon. Please make an appointment with that new advisor to touch base about your major. While you have made a decision about what you will study here at SIUE, we want to make sure you are informed about what your decision means. Here are two sources. This is a state requirement. We have to have this at the point of declaring a student. It must be given to them. So that information is just because the state requires it. And then at the end, we just let them know to ask the academic advisor about details and number of credit hours, semesters, etc. And if they want to speak to financial aid, we link them there as well. I'm envisioning that this message can be tweaked and changed a little bit, so by the time you guys are actually using this, it could look slightly different, but that's essentially what a student should be receiving. Okay, so just to recap, in order to declare a student, you fill out the information, put in the major, a minor, and one major is required at minimum to actually start the approval. That'll get sent off to the actual places to be approved. They'll approve it. Once it's approved, that you will get a notification saying that it's been approved or denied. You will receive an email if it's denied, and it'll look a little bit different. If it's approved, it goes on to Alarise and the Service Center, who don't approve it. They just process the information from then on. The student will then also receive an email with provided information that's required from the state and telling them how to access Starfish to get in touch with their new advisor. For major offices who have been putting their declarations into Banner, you will continue to do that as far as I'm aware, because the Service Center probably won't do all offices across campus for us. And so please still fill out this request form because the student needs to receive that information at minimum. Um, and so it's good to do it for consistency's sake. But it's not going to actually change your workflow really in terms of what do you do to undeclare a student or declare them from one major to another.